And today we are going to start seated. So coming to cross legs or legs straight out in front of you if you prefer. Legs straight out in front of you is always the option to cross ankles if this is not comfortable. And our class today is a bit of a mixed bag. Um, we are going to be doing back bends, twists, focusing on shoulder opening, forward bends. No specific focus in the class today. Okay, so back up nice and straight, sink the knees, bring your hands together in front of your chest, and take a moment to feel the breath. Allowing your shoulders to roll back away from your chest. And on your next inhale, we'll stretch the arms straight up. And as you exhale, bringing hands back to your heart center. We'll keep going with the breath. Inhale to lift, exhale to bring hands down. And you don't have to keep palms together. If it's easier for you to part the hands as the arms go up, go ahead, do that. And try not to let your shoulders and your neck get tight as you reach. You're welcome to close your eyes as you do this to tune inwards a little bit more. Breathing in to extend, breathing out to bring the palms down. Fully drawing your awareness to the inside of your skin, the inside of your body. Noticing sensations. And now next time you reach your arms up, we're going to circle the arms. So still lifting on an inhale, exhale, arms circle wide, bringing your hands back up to your chest as you breathe in. Exhaling down, circling into the wrists and the fingers. And keep your weight shifting back to your spine, back to the back of your head. If your eyes are open, keeping your gaze soft, keeping the eyelids soft. And next time your palms come to touch in front of your chest, pause a moment and we'll change. As you breathe out, hands go down. On the inhale, a wide circle up until palms touch over your crown. Exhaling as the hands slide all the way down the front of your body. So elbows can stay bent or they can straighten. Do what feels good for you. Getting full deep breaths into the chest. And noticing that downward sinking sensation each time you breathe out. In yoga, that is called apana. Grounding, the grounding force in the body is called apana. It's a downwards moving force that works with gravity. And now next time your hands slide to your heart, we're going to keep them there and pause a moment, just gently pressing the palms inwards, lifting the chest up high, lengthening through the spine. And from here, we're going to take the hands back behind you. Turn your palms or your fingers away from your body. You lean back into your hands and take your feet onto the sides of the mat. And we roll the knees from left to right. Keep your sits bones down on the mat as you roll. And now next time your knees drop to one side, we keep them there. Keep the bum down on the opposite side. So if your knees are going to the left, that right bum, you can push it down. You can even press down into the hip crease with your thumb. So if your knees are off to the right, then you're doing this on the left hip. Don't lift off that right butt. And then we're lifting up. You lean onto your hands again and twist the knees to the other side. Keep that other butt down now. So really heavy on both sides of the pelvis, both sides of your bum, and the shoulders roll back away from your chest. Okay, so this is just a very gentle, or maybe it's not so gentle for you, stretch into the outer hip, going into the ITB. And then lifting your knees up. We slide the feet in to touch each other, knees together. We wrap your left arm around the front of your shins. Take your right hand behind you and twist. So Anisha, you can do this with your legs wide. You can hold onto one of the legs with your hands and circle the shoulder around. Everyone else, squeeze those knees in, squeeze the feet in. Twist your chest as much to the side as you can, as is comfortable for your body. Still both sits bones on the mat. And then we take it to the other side, wrapping the right arm around and taking the left arm back. Hug your knees in towards each other, and that squeezing of the knees together is going to release your glutes. It's going to release the hip joints. And then untwisting yourself. And now stretching both legs straight out in front of you. Feet together, flex the ankles. We're going to bend the right knee up. Hold on with left hand or elbow. Circle your right arm back behind you into Marichasana. Once you're in that twist, make sure that your pelvis is not twisting back. So your chest is turning to the right. Unless you're Nisha, then you're turning to the left. Make sure your right bum doesn't slide back as the right shoulder goes back. So there might be a little bit of movement. Don't let that be like a big slide back of the right hip. That impacts into your sacroiliac joints. And we're circling forwards. Stretch the right leg out, bend the left knee up, twist it off to the opposite side. Stretch into your right heel. Don't let that heel come off the mat. Keep it down. And then again, you check in with the left sits bone. Don't let it slide towards the back of the mat. Keep it rooted down. You can even press it forwards towards your left heel, just to keep that lower back open. And now circling forwards. And what we're going to do next is a focus on the shoulders. You can either do it with both legs straight and big toes glued together, or coming to cross ankles if cross ankles is open to you. Okay, so just focusing on shoulders here. Lots of movements with the arms. As you interlace your fingers in front of you, turn your palms away from you. And with an inhale, we lift the arms up. We're going to do a whole lot of these guys. As you breathe out, arms come down again as low as you can. Change the interlace, other baby finger outside. On an inhale, arms go up. As you breathe out, arms go down. And now you release, and we take the arms forwards and up And take your arms into a Y shape. Really stretch into your fingers, lift your chest. On an in-breath, we're going to bend the elbows into a W. So the elbows are a little bit lower than shoulders, palms face forward, spread the fingers wide, and move your wrists back in the direction your back is facing. And now we go a little bit deeper into the shoulder blades and the upper back. Drop your elbows to your sides, come into an L shape in the arms. So the forearms are parallel to the floor. You'll feel the shoulder blades can go a little bit further back, the shoulders can go a little bit further back. And then stretch your arms out into a T shape. Keep pressing your arms back away from your chest. Okay, good stretch for the fronts of the shoulders and the chest here. And now take your arms back and interlace your fingers behind your back. Really stretch into the chest. Okay, so we're warming and we're strengthening into upper back muscles with these actions, and we're opening the chest and fronts of shoulders as well as the neck. Bringing your arms forward in front of you, interlace your fingers, turn the palms down and away from you. With an inhale, arms go up as high as you can lift them. As you exhale, hands come down. You change the interlace, other baby finger outside. Inhale to lift up. And on an exhale, arms come down. Good. Release hands. With an inhale, we come into our Y shape. Pull back with the armpits and don't let the neck get too tight. On an in-breath, bend into your W shape. Elbows a little bit lower than the shoulders. Take the elbows back. Take the forearms and the hands back. Then we're dropping elbows to sides. Squeeze the shoulders even further towards your spine. Keep spreading the fingers and the palms wide. Now shoulders stay back as you reach into your T shape with your arms. Keep breathing and take arms back. Interlace your fingers. Full stretch in the chest. Maybe other baby finger on the bottom this time. And then release. Once more, hands in front of you, turning palms towards the floor. Inhale to lift the arms. On an exhale, hands come down. Change other baby finger on the outside. With an inhale, lifting up. On an exhale, lowering down. Hands and fingers release. We go up into our Y shape. Spread the palms, spread the fingers. And on an inhale, bend into your W. Elbows a little bit lower than shoulders. Press the backs of the hands in the direction your spine is facing. Keep hugging shoulders towards your upper back as you drop elbows to sides. Come to your L shape, forearms parallel to the floor. Lift your sternum a little bit higher. And keep those shoulders back as you reach into your T shape with the arms. So these actions go through the full range of motion in the shoulder blades, reaching your arms back behind you, interlace and stretch the chest open. Right? So your shoulder blades are able to, they go up, they go down, they spread sideways, they come in towards the spine, and they can move in a circular motion. And a lot of people get stuck under the shoulder blades because they don't do these actions. Okay, one more time. Arms forward, interlace fingers, turn the palms down. With an inhale, we lift up. On an exhale, bringing arms down. You change the interlace, other baby finger outside. With an inhale, we lift. On an exhale, bringing arms down again. Releasing the hands, we lift on an inhale, coming to Y shape, palms face forwards, spreading the fingers. On an inhale, bend into W arms. Take the upper arms and shoulders a little bit further back. Lengthen through sides of the neck. Keep those shoulders all the way back as you bring elbows to your sides. L shape in the arms, forearms parallel to the ground. Keep breathing. Keeping shoulders all the way back. Arms reach out into a T. Press the forearms back a little bit more. And then reaching back and interlacing your fingers behind you. Lifting the chest. As the chest goes up, thighs and knees go down. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit croaky this morning. So I apologize if I keep like losing my voice or like clearing my voice. All right, let's release those arms. We're stretching legs out in front of you, and we're going to take another twist. So bending the right knee up, stepping right foot over the left thigh, hug around your shin and twist off to the side. Each time you breathe out, the hips drop down. Each time you breathe in, lengthen up through the middle and the upper spine. Each time you breathe in, lift up taller through the top of your head. And untwisting yourself. Let's stretch right leg straight, bend the left knee up, stepping the left foot over. And when you're ready, circle around, twist to the opposite side. Keep your right foot flexed and active so that you are aware and conscious of every part of your body. Everything is doing what you are guiding it to do. Breathing the chest up a little bit higher with each inhale. And then untwisting yourself. And again, either leg stays straight with the big toes glued together or coming back into crossed ankles. We're coming into shoulders again. So we're going to be doing this little action just now in our lunge as well. So just remember what you're doing here. It's not difficult though. So we're going to do that W arm shape thing, and we're going to hug. Excuse me. So when your arms come across your body, when you hug yourself, each time you do it, you're going to change the cross, right? So each time the arms come to hug yourself, other arm on top from the previous time. And what you do is you wrap around and you try and get your fingers to go as close to your spine as you can. Okay, so on an inhale, we're going to come into W arms, squeeze the shoulders back, spread the fingers. On an exhale, arms cross and give yourself a hug, like really squeeze in. Keep breathing. Try and get your fingers as close towards each other behind you. Try and remember which arm is on top. We're open on an inhale into W arms, and on an exhale, you cross over, other arm on top. Okay. Hug in. We're just holding these first two for a little bit longer, but then we're just going to move with the breath. Okay. So here we go. On an inhale, opening to W arms. On an exhale, give yourself a hug. On an inhale, opening to W arms. On an exhale, other arm on top, give yourself a hug. Don't worry if the elbows don't touch each other as the arms come forward. So just in your own time. In breath to open, exhale, squeeze around. If you can, what you're aiming for here is to hook your fingers over your shoulder blades as the arms go around. So you're really squeezing those upper arms into your chest. And once more, we're getting a big range of motion in the upper back here, getting those shoulder blades to slide fully in and then fully open. So we're alternating between a deep stretch in the chest and a deep stretch in the upper back. Keep going, moving with breath. We'll do one more on each side. And then after you've done that, we'll release the arms down. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees, guys. Cats and cows on all fours. Once you get there, straight into it, rolling with breath. Full breath in and out. And let's come into flat back. And reach arms forward, baby down dog. Preparing your spine for your full down dog in a moment. Softening into the chest with each out breath. And now walking back up onto your palms and arms under shoulders. We're taking a kneeling twist. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes into the mat. Slide your right hand underneath your nose and bring left hand to hip or left palm to sacrum or left arm all the way up. Now check that the pelvis is square and you're not dropping the right hip down. And bringing your left hand to the mat. Right knee down, left leg slides back, left hand underneath your face. Either right hand to right hip or your lower back, or reaching your right arm straight up. Once more, don't drop the left hip down. Keep it lifting up so the pelvis is square, so you're not straining in your back as you twist. And then bringing hands down, knees down. And let's take it into our full down dog. Hips to the sky. From down dog, let's take feet forwards to hands, standing forward bend. Just stay there and do some wrist rolls. If you need to, you bend your knees or you take your feet as wide as feels right for you this morning. And rolling your wrists in the opposite direction. Hey guys, as you do this, the elbows are bent so that can tighten in the neck and the shoulders. Let those shoulders feel heavy. And then hanging the arms. Take a few shoulder rolls if you want to. And again, keep the top of your head hanging down. Only look at the mat to stop these things from falling out of my ears. And then rolling the shoulders in the other direction. And then letting your arms hang for a couple of breaths. Everything nice and heavy. Okay, now we're going to rise and fall with a breath. On an inhale, floating your arms up over your head. On your out breath, bring your hands to your chest in Namaste. As you breathe in, reach back up again. On the out breath, forward fold. As you breathe in, half lift, hands to shins or knees. As you breathe out, fold down again. On the inhale, we rise, arms up. On the exhale, bring your hands to center. Keep going. Inhale to lift. On your exhale, forward fold. As you come to the half lift, don't make it a little lift. Come quite high up, halfway up, and then sink down again, because that has a specific action on the nervous system, that lift halfway rather than quarter way. Okay, keep floating, guys, in your own time. Deep breaths in and out. Keeping the back of the neck soft. We're going to float up and down one more time in your own time. We take one more lift after the forward bend, a half lift. And then when you sink down, we're moving into our sun salutations. So from your forward bend, taking yourself back into down dog, either staying in down dog or traveling forwards into your plank and down. And then back to stay in your down dog again. From down dog, taking feet forwards to hands, standing forward bend. On an inhale, we float up to standing. Lean to your spine as you exhale, hands down. Taking arms straight back up again. And then bow down over thighs as you exhale. Through your half lift. And from there, back to down dog with the breath. On an inhale, flowing yourself forwards. On your exhale, traveling down. So roll through the back bend and then press back, downwards facing dog. Each time you breathe out, sink your head to traction out your neck. And then traveling your feet forwards to your hands. And now when we come up, we're going to do our cactus pulse. On an inhale, sweeping your arms forwards and up. Turn your palms forwards. You stay standing. I'm coming to shins. And then we go with the breath. On an inhale, elbows bend down. On an exhale, reach up. In breath, pull down. Out breath, stretch. Keep the palms and the fingers well energized. You're spreading them wide. And when the arms come down, again, try and keep a W shape. Don't bring your hands in too close to your shoulders. Elbows can come all the way down or only part way down. That's up to you. But keep the shoulders back. In breath down, out breath up. Your pulse down one more time. Next time you reach up, we're going to keep the arms up, either looking forward or if it's comfortable for you, look up. So we're getting that energizing action on the nervous system by coming into this gentle back bend, lifting the chin. If that's not good on your neck, you look forwards. Each in breath, lifting fingertips a little bit higher. And then on your next exhale, fold down. And now we're going to hold our forward bend. So either hanging arms or holding forearms or holding onto legs. Other options are stretching palms towards the floor or being on fingertips. If you're on fingertips, elbows might bend. Okay, now we're going to take it back into a lunge. It's a high lunge. Right leg steps back, front knee over your front heel, and lifting your chest, letting your arms hang by your sides. Right, so remember when we were sitting and we did that thing where you hug yourself and you're open to W? That's what we're going to do here. Okay, so we're going to bring your arms up into your W shape. Let's start there. You take in a deep breath and pull the hands back. On an exhale, cross your arms across your chest. On an inhale, you pull back. On an exhale, cross over, other arm in front, on top. Okay, so in your own time, inhale to open, exhale to hug. And each time your arms come across your chest, try and touch your shoulder blades with your fingertips. Those little bits that are sticking out, they're like two little mountains that press back as the arms come forward. That's how far back you want to try and get your fingers. Try not to let your left knee straighten or move off the alignment of that left heel. Pulling all the way back with the wrists. Next time you come to your W shape, hold it there. And on an exhale, take hands to the ground. And we're stepping forwards to our forward bend. We're going to hold it there for a moment. If you need to, you pedal out your knees a bit or just hang down. And then let's take our lunge on the other side. So left leg goes back. When you come up, you hang your arms, get stable, get your alignment of your legs. Back heel is super high. And then we lift into our W-shaped arms. Okay, on an exhale, arms cross. On an inhale, pull back. On an exhale, other arm on top. Try and touch the shoulder blades. Try and get your fingers all the way around, as close towards each other as you can on the upper back. Inhale opens, exhale closes. Okay, these actions are really good for lubricating your fascia, guys. Fascia needs to be able to slide. And the only way it can slide is if you get into full range of motion in your joints. Okay, next time you open to your W arms, we hold it there. And then taking hands to the ground and stepping forwards into your forward bend. Once more, we're going to hold it there. You can pedal knees again or just hang down. Knees can be bent or straight. Relax the neck though, hang the head. Okay, now we're staying in this forward bend. Reach your arms back, interlace your fingers behind you. Shift your weight forwards into your toes. As you move your weight forwards to fronts of feet, press the arches of your feet up and shift your weight onto the outer edges of the feet a little bit more. At the same time, you grip your big toes down so you don't lose that connection in the base of the big toe. And now from here, on an inhale, we're coming up to standing. Squeeze the shoulders back. Lengthen up through the back and sides of your neck. Okay, next thing we're going to do is just float those arms up. So on an inhale, hands release, arms rise. On an exhale, forward bend. We're going back into a lunge again with the right leg. And then lifting your chest, stabilize yourself. Get the alignment front knee over front heel. And now we're going to come into our cactus pulse. So on an inhale, arms go forwards and up, palms face forward. On your next in-breath, we pull the elbows down. On your out-breath, stretch up. Palms stay facing forward, fingers nice and awake, fully energized, spreading wide. And when the arms go down, again, think of a W shape in the arms. Don't bring your forearms. So it's a W with the forearms out at a diagonal, not straight up. Okay, that's to get the full rotation of the shoulder blades on the upper back. And then next time you pull down, we hold it there. Keep taking chest forwards and up. On an exhale, hands to the mat. We're stepping forwards. Keep breathing as we change sides. So taking left leg back into your lunge, get your alignment, right knee over the right heel. And then when you're up, stabilize, get nice and steady. On an in-breath, we take arms forwards and up, palms face forwards. And then on an in-breath, pulling down. On an out-breath, reach up. Squeezing toes into the ground. Make sure that back heel does not twist in. Keep it straight up over your toes. Out-breath to stretch up, in-breath down. Hugging shoulders to spine each time the elbows drop. And now next time you pull down, we hold it there. Good, guys. Hands to the mat. We're stepping forwards again, feet hip distance apart. And once more, reaching arms back, find your hands behind your back, clasp or interlace fingers, and hang your head down. Now, like the last time, we're going to keep arms back behind you, but this time, as you lift, I want you to bend your knees. So we're going into a little bit of a chair shape in the knees. Knees bend, you come up, your arms are back behind you. Anisha, do this with straight legs. Don't do this with bent knees. Okay, so either keep looking forward, or if you want to get deeper into the back bend, you arch your spine more and you lift your chin. And what that's going to do is it's going to pull your thigh bones deeper into the hip joints, so you'll be able to arch the spine more as the thigh bones go in. You might even get a little bit deeper bend in the knees. If this is uncomfortable, don't tilt the head back. And other option, don't bend the knees. Okay, and coming all the way up to straight legs, look forward, keep shoulders to spine, and release your arms. On an inhale, arms reach up. On an exhale, forward fold. We're going to lengthen and travel back into down dog. Hold your down dog. Just give it a really good stretch back. And remember, guys, as much as you're pushing back with your hips, you've got to balance that out with armpits and upper arms going forwards in the direction of the back of your head. If your hips go back and your heels go back and down, don't push back with the armpits. Press the armpits forwards towards the front of your mat. Okay. All right, Anisha, you're going to come down onto shins. Everyone else, forwards and flat down onto your stomach. Toenails on the ground. Okay, so Anisha, you can come to sitting, or you can be on shins if you prefer, whatever's most comfortable for you. Everyone else is lying flat on the mat. And we're going to come to cactus arms, and we're going to do a Hatha Makrasana. So Anisha, you can do the cactus arms if you want to, or you can reach back and interlace your fingers just to get this opening here, but make sure that you're keeping your back long. Try not to arch your back too much if you're doing the cactus or W arms. Okay, so guys, our half crocodile, our half Makrasana. Arms out to the side, palms face down, fingers wide, toenails stay on the ground, and then we're going to lift the chest and we're going to lift the hands. So on an inhale, we lift the upper body. And now you've been practicing that action of getting shoulders all the way back, elbows all the way back. Look down towards the mat in front of you. Don't look forwards. Don't strain the back of your neck. Push those toenails firmly down. And then sink and drop the arms. Your heels can turn out. Just fully relax your body there. Anisha, legs out into a V. And taking a forward fold. Okay, so Anisha, you're going to hold that forward fold. All the other yogis, we're going to do a second Makrasana. So bringing your arms out alongside your head, palms face down, arms in that W shape or cactus arms. Toenails push into the mat. This is so good for strengthening your back, all the way from lower back to upper back and on top of an under shoulder blade. So when you're ready, with an inhale, we lift. Don't hold your breath. Push the toes down into the floor. Try not to squeeze your butt too tightly. Don't get over tight in the glutes. If lifting the hands doesn't work for you, keep the palms on the ground, but then don't use that pressure to lift into a cobra, right? It's just gently resting the palms down. Good, guys. Sink yourself down, fully rest. Anisha, you can come onto shins, toes together, knees wide, stretching arms forward. And now we're going to make our way back into downwards facing dog. From your down dog, take your feet forwards to your hands. And we're going to be taking a twisting lunge from here, stepping your right leg back down the mat, balancing right hand on the floor and the shoulder, either left hand to hip or left arm up. Either looking down to the mat or turning your head to the left or looking up to your left thumb if that arm is stretching up. Please, guys, if shoulders are uncomfortable, keep hand on hip, and you can even just hang arm down your side to stop engaging those muscles around the shoulder if you need to. And then we're going to drop right knee down to the ground. Lift your chest. Reach your arms back and interlace your fingers. If it's comfortable, arms can lift away from your body, but don't let that strain or tighten your neck. And then from here, step your right foot forwards and we take our lunge to the other side. Left leg back, right knee over your right heel, left hand on the ground, either right hand to hip or right arm up over your shoulder or even arm down the side. But keep lifting the right chest up nice and high. As that right chest and shoulder go up, the right hip and bum and thigh go down. Moving into our low lunge. Right hand drops, left knee to the ground, lift the chest, and take your arms back behind you. And then dropping hands down. And we're going to step back into downwards facing dog again. From here, we're moving forwards, flat onto your stomach. And you're going to come into a full Makrasana this time. Okay, Anisha, you do whatever you feel like, or you repeat what you did the last time. Okay, so arms are into your W shape, your cactus arms, palms face down, fingers spread wide, elbows on the ground to start. And then we lift our toes and our shins and point them straight up. Flex your ankles. Flatten the soles of your feet to the sky. And you absolutely do not have to go any further than this if this is enough for you. If you're going for the full pose, we're going to try and lift your whole body off the ground. So knees go up, feet go up, elbows go up, chest goes up. Look at a diagonal angle. Don't look straight forward so the back of the neck is free. You can always do this with hands on the ground, just trying to lift the knees, or push the knees down and just try and lift the arms. A whole lot of variations you can play with. Try and find the one that feels right for you. Maybe full lift. And then keep breathing. Okay, we're coming down, full rest. Rest head, arms, legs, and neck. Okay, let's take our second crocodile. Arms out to the side, spread your fingers wide. Bend the knees, flex your ankles, so pulling toes back towards your shins. And then whatever version you want to do, you go for it. The lift happens on an in-breath. Keep breathing, little breaths, no deep breaths here. And don't let those feet come in towards each other. Keep the heels straight up over the knees. So the heels push up. Shoulders and backs of hands push up. And then sinking down, and once more, full rest. And now let's make our way back to downwards facing dog once more. From your down dog, take your feet forwards to your hands, standing forward bend. And we're going to move into a twisting triangle. So we're taking right leg back, turn the right heel in and down to the mat, stretch both legs straight. Don't step the foot too far down the mat unless you're able to do that with straight front leg and back heel on the ground. Right? That is the more advanced version. If you need to, your foot comes further up the mat. Right hand on the ground, inside the left foot or big toe, or right hand or ankle or shin. Or if you're going further, you twist over towards the left and take that right hand flat on the ground on the outer edge of the foot. Don't be on your fingertips if you're doing that version. Palms got to be flat on the ground. And then we twist, either left hand to hip or left arm straight up over your shoulder. Again, you can have your arm behind your back or your arm just resting on your side if you have shoulder issues. And now move this left bum in the direction your back is facing, not out to the left. Left hip moves to the right. Moving hips to the right will lift your right heel. Don't let the right heel lift. Good, guys. We're bringing left hand down, face the ground. Step your right foot forwards and change to the other side. Left leg goes back. Turn the left heel in and down to the floor. Stretch your right leg straight. Adjust where you need the left foot to be able to make the front knee straight and get that back heel down. Balancing on your left hand, wherever it works for you. If your hand is inside the foot, you can be on fingertips. But if your hand is outside, palm is flat on the ground. And then right hand to hip or right arm all the way up. Don't lift that back heel. Right? That back heel and foot is a really important part of this pose. Everything going on from the ankles up to your top hand is going to be affected by what you're doing with the left foot. Make sure it's down. And now move your hips towards the left side of your mat. chest towards the right. And then bringing your right arm down, keep your feet where they are and walk your hands around to the left side of the mat. Turn the feet parallel, big toes turn in a little bit, sink yourself all the way down. Each time you breathe out, feel your head sink deeper towards the floor. Relax the neck, relax the chest. Soften into your shoulders. And now walking up onto your hands again. We're going to turn right toes to the front edge of your mat. Walk your hands around to the inside of your right foot and turn onto your back toes. Wiggle your right foot wider to the side of the mat. We're coming into a high lizard shape. So arms are straight underneath your shoulders. Left leg is straight. And you can stay in your high lizard if you prefer, or you can drop the back knee down to the mat. If you're taking elbows down, right elbow goes down first, then left, and make sure both forearms and elbows are down. And then if your left knee is up in the high lizard, take it to the mat. We're stepping the right leg back, and we're going straight over to the other side. Left foot steps forward to the outside of the left hand, either keeping the right knee down or lifting the right knee into your high lizard if that's what you did on the other side. So it's two choices there. Once more, if elbows are going down, left goes down first, then the right, just to help those left ribs sink. And if you cannot get both forearms or elbows down, lift back up onto hands, please. From here, stepping your left shin back, so onto shins, and we're going to turn around and come to sitting. Legs out in front of you. For Jana Shashasana. Let's bring right foot to inside of left thigh. Drop your knee down to the side. When you're ready, reaching forwards and folding down. Now make sure that you're squaring in your upper body. Don't tilt over to the left. Shape of the legs here makes that happen very slightly. Or the tighter you are, the more noticeable that becomes. So sink down with the right knee. Balance in the hips, but balance in the upper body as well. Don't lean to your left shoulder. And coming all the way up. Right leg extends. Left foot comes up. Flex your right ankle, and when you're ready, fold forwards again. Check that you're not looking back towards your chest or the tops of the thighs or the groin. You're looking forwards to help that back flatten out. And then once more, check the balance of weight in the upper body, in the shoulders. Square yourself off, whether you're all the way up or you're all the way down. Don't lean more into left shoulder. Coming up again. Left leg straight. And now we're turning and we're going to open the legs wide. Root your heels down into the mat. Do not let them lift. Keep the big toe slightly turned in. Second toe from the big toe points straight up. And now we're going to float from side to side with the breath. Inhale one arm up. Exhale, sway over. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Top arm can bend. Bottom arm can bend. Just make sure that each time you tip over, you're not scrunching your shoulders into your neck or your head. Keep that space open. Breathing in to lift the center, breathing out to take the arm over. Check in with the feet again, keep them aligned. And then we're going to hold a stretch over to one side. Again, your arm can be straight or the elbow can be bent. You can do a deep bend in the elbow and just let the forearm and the hand hang down. You'll still get that good stretch out through the upper arm and through the side body. Root down with the top of the left thigh if you're tipping to the right. Root down with the top of the right thigh if you're tipping to the left. And on an in-breath, you sway up. Exhaling off to the other side. Keep both sides down on the mat. And don't drop your ear to your shoulder. Keep the shoulder or keep your ear up away from the shoulder so the sides of the neck are long. Again, that top arm can bend, the forearm can hang. Maybe it's just a little bit of a bend. Maybe it's straight. Maybe arm is all the way up. And coming up to center. And let's take our Upavishtajana Shashasana. So we're going to bring the left foot in. When you're ready, tipping forwards to your hands or your forearms. Press back and down with the hips. So using that pressure of the hips down to create the length in the side waist, not just arms going forwards to do that. Extend through all four sides of your neck as well. So just notice if you're tucking chin to throat and lift that chin a little bit. And coming up, left leg open, right foot in. Keep the left toe straight up as you tip forwards. Press your hips back and down in the opposite direction from what you're reaching. And then once more, just check in with your neck. Extend through all four sides. Don't tuck your chin in. Breathing the pelvis heavy. Each exhale, sinking thighs, sinking hips. And coming all the way up. Now open that right leg out. And now we're going to take a twist towards the left thigh. Hook your right fingers over your left leg. We're not folding forwards. We're coming into revolved Upavishta Konasana. So we're going to lean the right waist back towards the right thigh. Either right hand on the floor, wherever you feel you might need it, or elbow on thigh, or elbow on the ground on the inside of the leg. Maybe hooking your fingers under calf or heel. We'll take left arm up, either keeping the left arm stretching straight up, or bringing hand behind head or neck, and then taking the elbow back and up. Or if you want to, you take your arm over your head. So make sure you're not dropping your right ear to your shoulder. Keep the sides of the neck long. And just like when we were swaying from side to side, maybe you want to drop that forearm. And the difference here is that we're trying to get shoulder towards the leg, hand towards the toes eventually, if that's where you want to go. Let's roll it forwards nice and slow. Pause a moment once you're in the midline between the thighs, and then curl yourself all the way up. And we take the twist to the other side. So turn towards your right leg. From here, leaning left waist towards left thigh, left shoulder towards the left knee. Put your left hand or arm wherever you need it on this side. It might be different from the other side. And then right arm goes straight up, or bringing hand behind head or neck with the elbow lifting high and leaning back, or arm reaching over, or maybe going for toes. Again, your elbow might bend. If you're bending the elbow deeply, just let the hand flop. If you're only doing a little bit of a bend, keep the hand alive and awake, and lengthen through both sides of the neck. Now slowly rolling yourself forwards to the midline between the two thighs, and this time we're going to hold it there. So you can either be on hands or forearms, or reach for your shins or ankles, staying in your Upavishta Konasana. Soften into your breath again, and try to let that upper back soften as well. Now come all the way up. Guys, it's time for Shavasana. So get yourselves warm and make your way down onto your back. Once you're on your back, you can hug your knees or take a happy baby or any last thing that you feel like you need to do before your full rest. Take a moment and do it. And now, before you completely let go, you can take in a deep breath through your nose and sigh out the exhale through your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times in your own time. And each time you sigh out, feeling the body drop, feeling the body sink and let go, feeling the body become really heavy on that exhale. Feel your forehead and let it soften. Feel your eyebrows and your eyelids and let them soften. Relaxing all the tiny little muscles around the edges of your eyes. Feel your eyeballs become heavy and drop into the back of your skull. Relaxing cheeks, lips, mouth, and chin. Feel the collarbones spread and the ribs sink down towards the mat by your sides. Sinking deeper and deeper into your back body. Fully relaxing the arms. Fully relaxing the legs. The whole body completely relaxed. The whole body completely relaxed. And now, next time you breathe in, you fill your body with that breath. Start to make the small, gentle movements you like to make at the end of your rest pose. Slowly starting to wake yourself up again. And when you feel ready, another deep breath in and a full body stretch or a hug of the knees. from here, making your way carefully up to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste, everyone.